Hey guys, Paul here, welcome. I've got a couple questions recently asking how to decipher or interpret the audio-only signal on a Tesoro metal detector with no visual display. It's a great question. If you learn the language of the Tesoro, then the metal detector will speak to you. So if you're metal detecting like on a farm or something where there's no trash, no garbage, then you can metal detect with your sensitivity cranked. Just roll that off so it's not chattering like crazy, just so it stops. And if you go just like past iron, for example, it's going to be fine. You're going to get a lot of good signals like where there's no trash. However, I'm in areas always where there's a lot of foil, pull tabs, etc. So I always discriminate out foil. By discriminating out foil, you're going to be losing gold. But I just don't find a lot of people dropping gold rings and stuff where I live, so I'm mostly looking for silver coins. Now, probably the single most important tip with the Tesoro is to seek out very weak signals. The really loud signals that pinpoint very loudly in a cross, they're going to be coins, especially if you discriminate past zinc. Like if you're discriminating past a zinc penny and it's still pinging really good in a cross symbol, that's probably going to be a coin. But the louder signal, the shallower the depth. So you want to listen for the weaker signals that pinpoint really nicely, but that still make the discrimination test past zinc penny. And those are going to be your deepest coins. Now, if you're not sure if it's really a coin or not, or how deep it is, one trick you can do is go over to all metal and see how loud the signal is. If the signal is really weak, even in all metal, but you're making a good cross shape over the target, and it's still just kind of a weak signal, that may be a very deep coin. Of course, this detector is going to pick up coins to about 6 inches, maybe 7 inches tops in all metal, but discriminating probably about 6 inches. You're going to want to use headphones like these. I've got these disconnected right now so you can hear the tone for the video, but you're going to want to hunt using headphones, especially if you're in a public environment. Check out this barber quarter. So I'll go right past foil as mentioned. I'm in discrimination mode. You saw my sensitivity. You want to crank that just so it's not chattering too much. And you see how nice signal that is? It's very, very pinpointed, and I can even go past zinc penny with that. You're also going to get a similar signal even with like a brass key. Now, do you see the profile of that? How it hits really nicely? It's not so much over here, right there. It's a very fine point in that cross shape. Always pinpoint your target with a cross shape. And so if I roll off that sensitivity past zinc penny, I'm thinking that that's a quarter or a dime, but in fact it's a brass key. And you're going to get, if you get that kind of signal and it comes up a brass key, then you still got to dig that because this registers exactly as a quarter might. So that's what happens with coins. Now I'm going to show you what happens with a longer signal and how you can avoid digging up junk and bigger targets like this. This is a piece of aluminum. Now, remember how pinpointed those coin signals were. I'm going to roll this back to about foil. See where my signal's starting? Right here. Now watch, it's going to go, the signal's going to go the length of that object. I know already that that is not a coin because the signal runs that length. I know it's not a coin right away. So I'm not going to dig it, basically. I mean, it could be a spoon, I guess. If you're coin hunting, this is definitely not a coin. Now, as you're metal detecting, you're going to want to discriminate out the target so you can identify exactly what it is. And you got to trust your detector. This Tesoro's discrimination is legendary and it will not lie to you. Yes, you should do tests just to confirm that, just so you have experience with the detector, but this detector will not lie to you. If something registers between foil and 5 cents, that means it's not foil, although it could be leaded foil, and it still could be 5 cents. If you go just past 5 cents and you don't get a signal, that means it's probably a nickel. Going past zinc penny is going to pick up a copper penny, but it's not going to pick up a cheap zinc penny, okay, the kind that crumble and corrode, but it will pick up a pure copper penny. So I use my thumb on that. You just, as you're metal detecting, you kind of constantly have your thumb, and people who use Tesoros will refer to that as thumbing the target. You might read about on some forums, but that's what that's referring to. The more you discriminate, the less your signal is going to be, the weaker that audio signal is going to be. And it's true that you may just discriminate out a perfectly good, deeper target. So that's why I always keep it kind of about there, unless I'm in really, really trashy ground. But generally, I'll keep it about there. And then if I get a very, very weak signal that, say, disappears after pull tab, well, it just might be a very deep signal. So if you're getting a very, very weak signal that's still kind of staying weak past pull tab and then maybe peters out altogether, that may be worthwhile digging, because it just could be beyond the range of what the 8-inch concentric coil is able to get. Hey guys, so I hope those simple tips help you go deeper and get the good stuff with your Tesoro only metal detector. I prefer the audio only detectors because there's nothing to distract you visually with your eye going up and down. You can just enjoy being outside and metal detecting. And as mentioned, if you learn the language of the Tesoro, it will speak to you. Give a thumb up and we'll see you guys real soon.